Hey, I'm Steve. I'm the campus pastor at Niner United, and I'm here with Danny.
Hi, I'm a student leader with Niner United.
And we're going to give you a sneak peek of what CORE is all about. CORE is a small group that meets Thursday nights at 7 p.m. And because you're watching this right now on YouTube, that means that we're not on Zoom. But typically, we'll meet on Zoom, and maybe as the semester goes, we might go hybrid and have some people in person and some people on Zoom. But tonight, we want to just briefly talk about what CORE is going to be this semester. So this is our second year with CORE. It's a small group about what it means to look at the faith issues that are theologically core to the Christian faith. And so Danny was part of this last year.
I was, yeah.
Maybe, Danny, if you could just describe a little bit about sort of your experience last year with CORE.
So CORE was actually really awesome last year. Steve led it last year, and it was an awesome space for us to be able to gather and just really ask some hard-hitting questions about our faith and about things we had heard over the course of our life in the church from different people on social media. It was a space where we could ask those questions and, get Steve's input because, he's been a pastor for a long time. He has a lot of knowledge on different subject areas. And I just want to highlight that it was a space that, we didn't have to be afraid of what we were asking or be embarrassed of the questions we had because every question was valid. So it was really cool to be in fellowship with people and get to know people who also had the same questions that we had. So, yeah.
Thank you, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that's really sparked my interest lately is language and vocabulary. And this might really sound like I'm nerding out on this, but I've been reading some books. I have two of them with me, and I have a couple on Kindle. This one's Learning to Speak God from Scratch, and this one is Speaking Christian. Another one that I'm really studying lately is called The Old Testament is Dying by Brent Strawn, who's a professor at Duke University. The core, the foundation of these books is that languages have to be used over and over for them to continue and sustain. And there's a linguist who is, I'm dropping his name right now, but he's a professor, and he's contended that over 6,000 languages will die this year alone.
Wow.
And so I'm thinking back, if you just look at like the history of the Christian faith, that's 2,000 years old. And then you go back further into the Old Testament, we're talking 4, 5, 6,000 years of Christian and Jewish theology. And so that language is really old, and it makes me wonder the words that we use when we talk about our faith, how relatable and applicable are those today, and have they lost their meaning? And so I'm thinking of the things that are in everyday conversation. What if we were to focus this year in CORE on a word a week? And so what are some of the words you think, Danny, that are important to just your faith background?
Right off the top of my head, I'm thinking of prayer and worship. I know I often think of the Holy Trinity when I'm thinking of different things. I've heard it a lot in church. Yeah.
So if you were to take those, the ones that Danny mentioned, prayer, worship, the Trinity, what if we break that down and just do a Thursday night on the Trinity or a Thursday night on prayer?
Mm-hmm.
Because what prayer meant in the days of the Old Testament or New Testament certainly has probably changed over time. If languages die and we're talking, these are the words of our faith, how are they applicable and relevant today? So if we were to break that down, what does it mean to worship today? And how does that compare to how they worship in the New Testament or the very first Christians who were passionate about following Jesus? Did they worship differently? So that's sort of the model that Danny and I are thinking of CORE. And so we're thinking of other words too, grace or faith or hope, or even negative words like what does sin mean or what does hell mean, but also just those positive generative words like what does it mean to say the kingdom of God or the will of God. And so our hope is that this semester, what we'll do is every week, Thursday night, 7 p.m., we'll take a word and we'll just study it and see how it applies to our faith today. And so it's not just all geeking out, nerding on these words, right? As Danny mentioned earlier, it's a safe place to come and to talk and to hear, but also to be heard. And we'll do fun things as well. And we just hope that you join with us, and we hope to see you. So obviously not this Thursday, but we'll start up Thursday, a week from now, September the, I don't have a calendar in front of me.
24th?
The
Is that right?
24th. That sounds good to me. So it's Thursday the 24th at Core.
Yep, can't wait to meet you guys.